interceptions against the Steel Central. And it's pretty well continued from there. Interception and fumble recovery against Evanston. A huge interception late in the game that sealed a 20-7 win. I think he took it back the distance, as a matter of fact. Or he caught it, he picked it up in the end zone, actually. As on the carry, that was Corey Ford, our first look at him, the player that Dean had mentioned in the pregame, their big rusher.
Yes, Corey Ford comes in, averaging over 5 yards a carry. Of course, last week he was held to 2 yards a carry against that tough Glenbrook South defense.
Ford 6 or 7 yards on that carry, so second down and short here. And they'll go right back to Ford. This time he's met in the backfield. On the tackle, George Ray, 44, linebacker, 5'9", 190-pound senior. Third down, 6. Loss of 2.
Ball's on the 27-yard line of New Trier.
So a possible passing situation for New Trier. Certainly Flores and the offense to be tested here. Waite split out left, and 41 Pushaver is split out to the right. Rolling out that way, Flores throwing underneath, overled, incomplete. Getting a hand on it, but no more. Richard Flanagan, the fullback. And so fourth down.
See, the Indians came with the blitz there, and Flores, they had a designed rollout play for him, looking for the quick hitter out here on the right side. Flores' pass was just a little high and outside.
And Tim Pushaver will punt it away.
Talking like Greg Maddox is out there, high and outside. Huh?
I say high and outside because Flores also is a pitcher for the Terhans baseball team. So
there, I figured there was going to be a tie-in somewhere there.
You knew there had to be some kind of segue.
Kick is away by Pushaver to the sideline and out of bounds. Right at the 40 is where Niles West will start, as their defense doing the job there. Big play by Ray on 3rd and 4, or 2nd and 4. Setting up long yardage and then the incompletion. So the Niles West Indians will start at their own 40. Oh, keep waiting to see Jerry Rice out there.
His uniforms are very, very much resembling these 49ers.
Won't be seeing Steve Young even with the 49ers for a while, though. DePaulo spinning up across the 40. New Trier doing a good job defensing the option here early.
Yes. We noticed, I noticed even in the earlier games, about a few minutes of the sophomore game, Niles West loves that option play. They preach it down on the lower levels, and so New Trier obviously prepared for it as they've stuffed it twice.
Second down, 8. They hand this time Mendoza, wrapped up by Flanagan, but not before he's up to the 45.
Stop by Richard Flanagan.
So it'll be 3rd down and 5.
Bring up a 3rd down 5. Ball's on the 45-yard line of Niles West.
You see early, the stage is being set, Dave, early for a ground control, ball control type of game. Played strictly in the middle of the field. I doubt we'll see many passes today.
Even with Niles West's top rusher out, they are sticking to the game plan. There's a stick there at about the 47, 48 yard line. Mendoza burst through quickly, but then
Houston was able to stuff him.
Houston 59.
Chris Houston on the stop for a trip.
We'll take another look at that. When Mendoza shot through quickly, but
he just stood him up.
Met a brick wall.
So it looks like the Indians are going to go for it here, 4th and 2 on the 48-yard line.
5:20 to go in the first quarter. Kind of a gutsy move.
Very gutsy move.
Have to like it, though. Although the New Trier offense hasn't really proven much. They're, well, 4th down and 2, and on the carry, close to the first down, William Song, 28. See if this will demand a measurement. He is short of midfield, and
they needed to get to the midfield.
Needed to get just about to the stripe. I think they're going to be a little bit short, but a gutsy call. No question about that.
Looks like they're short.
Yeah, they were short by a matter of less than a foot.
First down, New Trier will take over.
It can be an eighth of an inch at this point. They're short on 4th and 2, and so New Trier takes over. That will be a play to look back on.
We'll see if New Trier can do anything with the field position. Now they get it right at midfield.
Of course, you look at it, Niles West 3 and 5. New Trier's already in the playoffs. They're basically playing just to play out the string today, playing basically for pride. And offense always loves to go for it on 4th and short. Just came up inches short there, though. Now the defense responding is breaking through into the backfield to wrap up Ford. He breaks free and gets across midfield, but only for 1 yard.
Finish it, Trev, let's go!
The Indians, they're pretty much keying on Ford. You see, they're just, it's almost like a blitz run, like blitz against the run. You see, just strong pursuit on Ford there. He was hit as soon as he got the ball into his hands.
Yeah, he's at 3 carries for 5 yards now. After Glenbrook South frustrated him last week. Flourish going to roll out this time once again. Under pressure and going down. Jason Vranes. Felt the earth move there underneath us. I wonder how Flourish felt, though.
You see some of the little inexperience there at Florida State. He was rolling out. He had a receiver. He could have let it go. We'll see it here on the replay coming up.
We look at Dan Mortier in our picture there, and
you see him roll out here, and you won't see the receiver, but he had a receiver, and he should have let it go right there, 41. He had the receiver open, and he could have let it go. Instead, he takes the sack, and now it's 3rd and 16.
And closer to 17, really. They're back almost to the 43 of their own territory. Well, Flourish going to roll the other way. Look back, right now, throws incomplete. Oh my, intended for Corey Ford. He had a little bit of room down the sideline.
Did he ever. Nicely conceived play there by the Trevians. Once again, you see Flourish just a little anxious, put too much on the ball.
And of course, looks a lot easier than it does in that situation, because he had to stop on a dime on the wet turf, turn around, do the complete pirouette. Mortier not quite as generous in his comments as I'm being, I guess, but it was a tough throw. As it was, though, Ford was wide open and had some room down the sideline, but the ball was overthrown.
Nice punt by Bushaver, good hang time.
From the 26. This is Andre King, still going and up to the 36. Finally on the stop, Nick Nelson along with Peter Lalonde. So with 3:06 left in the first, settling into a defensive battle after that huge opening kickoff by Matt Brooklier of 94 yards that set up New Trier's touchdown. We haven't seen a first down since, well, one first down for Niles West.
And outside of that kickoff return that put New Trier at the 1, all the action now is taking place in between the 30-yard lines here.
Full house backfield out of the wishbone, and very little territory there. Alper stopped right at the 37.
Alper, the ball carrier, stopped by
now
Chris
4
Houston.
carries for 10 yards early in this ball game. There's a sampling of what the footing's like today.
We were out on the field just before the game, and we saw how sloppy the field is out there. The middle of the field is really torn up, and it's going to wreak havoc on the running game.
It'll be hard to get those New Trier uniforms messed up, though, won't it? They hide the mud very well. You put them on top of a building and use it as a beacon.
Oh,
breaking through up the middle, Mendoza, and finally brought down by the secondary. That's Pierce on a tackle, or Mendoza would have been gone. As it is, he's at the 40.
And that's the second long run for Mendoza, and they both come on those quick trap plays right through the middle. Just a quick hitter right up the middle, and they're able to blow the line.
26, Wisconsin 0.
And here you'll see the replay.
22-yard run, and
they're going right to the no huddle, it looks like here.
And up back at the 46-yard line.
David Soren.
72, David Soren breaking through to break up the option. DePaulus trying to run it, but got nowhere. And in fact, loses 3 yards.
So Soren was in there just as the ball was snapped. He must have guessed the snap count perfectly, because as soon as DePaulo got the ball, he was pretty much sacked.
I wasn't even sure if DePaulo still had the ball, but he did off the option fake. And
once again.
Again, the same play.
Oh.
He faked the option, and Houston this time breaking through.
Stopped by Chris Houston. Loss on the play.
Well, that play is being figured out, I think it's safe to say.
New Trier is coming quick. Oh, that's.
We're going to take another look here as now we've worked out the bugs in our replay machine. Let's go back and see this one. Houston again breaking up. DePaulo faking the draw to the fullback and didn't have time to pull it back. 3rd down and 14. They keep it on the ground. Mendoza running left. Wrapped up and thrown down. 54, Nick Nelson. Great pursuit. And no gain for Mendoza. Brought down right at the 45.
They tried to get Mendoza. They tried to get him to the outside. They've had success going out the middle. This time they tried to switch things up, go to the outside, but Nelson had nothing to do with that. He was right there for the stick.
4th down, 14.
So it'll be 4th down, again punting. It'll be Alper.
Right there.
20 seconds to go in the first. 7-0 New Trier. Spiraling kick. Fielded on one hop by Waite.
Oh, he slipped.
And he is down right at the 20.
Chris Waite on the return.
You give that tackle to the turf. Says Waite lost his footing and made the tackle much easier.
Will be 1st and 10 New Trier.
The wind beginning to pick up, Dave. Now he's continue. That's gonna just pretty much put null and void any kind of passing game now. I'm really. My prediction is we'll see very, very few passes the rest of the game. This wind is picking up now. That's gonna be the end of the quarter.
Could make blood circulation null and void too, I think, after a little while. Forget the passing game. I'm more worried about being able to feel my fingertips. As it is, we're through 1 quarter of the action, and a quick start and then a defensive finish to the first quarter. Big kickoff return and then a Flores 1-yard touchdown run has New Trier on top, 7-0. We'll come right back.
Thousands of women will lose a child to AIDS simply because they didn't get an HIV test when they were pregnant. You see, there's now treatment that can help stop the spread of HIV from mother to baby, which gives children of HIV-infected mothers something they never had before: a chance. If you're pregnant, please get an HIV test.
If you can boil water, you can cook a meal for someone who can't. Your local volunteer center can show you how easy it is.
About set to start. New Trier at their own 20. Now moving right to left. In the green and blue. Ford up to the 22, matching his jersey number. Picked up 2 yards on that carry.
Nice play, 20. Good job, Corey. Let's go.
One of the players over there.
Done by Nicholas
Sumarusti, 24, defensive back, 5'10", 160-pound junior.
Gain of 2 on the play will bring up a 2nd down, 8, the 22-yard line.
Let's go, offense.
Dual split outs. Waite will come left with Pushaver going to the right. Flores has gone to the air 3 times already, rolling out again for the 4th time. Looking downfield, throwing, incomplete. Boy, a lot of white jerseys around there, but it fell incomplete. Thrown behind Chris Waite.
Well, it's not an easy throw to make. I'm actually quite surprised at the play calling there. Flores, not an experienced quarterback, they're rolling him out to his left and throwing back against his body there. Not an easy throw to make, and that one was nearly picked off.
Well, you look at New Trier's perspective. Certainly, you want to win today and improve your playoff position by going to 8-1 instead of 7-2. But you also want to have a quarterback capable of doing a little more than handing off the football next week when the real season begins with the playoffs. Because the regular quarterback will not be back next week. Jacoby with the shoulder separation. Ford. And he will be stopped after a very short pickup.
Nice defensive stance. Nice defensive series there by Niles West. Now we'll see if they can get some good field position and maybe do something with it, as Pushaver's going to be punting right from his own goal line. There's 5-yard line.
4th and 7. And Pushaver zooms it towards the left side, and a great bounce.
Nice job there by Pushaver. Very nice punt. Got the bounce.
At the 41-yard line.
He gave a little credit to the new groundskeeper too for that one, as the took a good bounce off the turf and picked up about an extra 15 yards on the punt with a good roll. So from the 41, Niles West will start. They've had a couple of good runs for first downs, but still scoreless.
They're on the other side.
Trier leading 7-0.
Here, I'm right here.
10:34 left in the second. This is Alper. And they pick up a couple yards. Keeping in the middle of the field there. It's been successful on a few occasions.
Their two biggest plays by Mendoza were the quick trap plays right out the middle.
Marco Golumbowski, 81, split out right. Again, they hand up the middle. Again, no surprise. Mendoza wrapped up by 3 New Trier players. 55 Tom Fritz there among them, along with Richard Flanagan. So no gain at all there, maybe even a loss of half a yard or so. So 3rd and 8. With DePaulo, it has been all on the ground despite now some movement.
Looked like the Trevians jumped there. I didn't see anyone on the Indians line move.
Like, yeah, 2 players pointing opposite directions. Burke O'Brien pointing one way for New Trier, and Adam Ashbach, one of the offensive linemen for Niles West. And Ashbach turns out to win that argument, as it will be offside New Trier.
Well, that definitely changes the play calling scheme now for the Indians. They have a 3rd and 3.
We'll take a look here. There's the jump. Left side of that New Trier line. 3rd and 3. In the backfield, Mendoza spins free, fighting forward, and will be brought down. He was hit in the backfield, tried to break free to turn upfield, but as it was, he picked up very little, despite great second effort.
It was a gritty effort by Mendoza. He's hit once, twice, then spun. It looked like he may be able to carry a couple tacklers with him, but he was brought down.
I'm sure going to jump into a Lionel Richie song there with that once, twice. Please spare us that, Dean. I know you're excited to be up in the booth here after handling the sideline chores all year, but it's not here once, twice, 3 times a lady or anything.
I'll save my songs for after the game.
We'll be singing as they go for it on 4th down, and for the second time, a bit of a gamble, this time successful, Mendoza. Boy, while we're up here waxing poetic, Coach Richardson over there on the Niles West side taking some chances and making them work.
That's twice, and I like that. I like the guts in the play calling. I like going right at New Trier. It's the second time they've gone for it on 4th and short, right around midfield.
Last time stopped inches short. This time Mendoza made it with 2 yards to spare. And with 8:35 left first half. Best penetration of the day now for Niles West, but speaking of penetration, the New Trier defense penetrated the backfield and threw DePaulo for a 3-yard loss.
I tell you, the Trevians defensive line and their linebackers are just completely reading the snap count, number 1, and they are in there before the ball just seems like before the ball is even snapped almost. The offensive line for the Indians is getting blown off the ball too. They got to do a better job of holding their positions and giving DePaulo a chance to even get the play going.
Boy, they know when the option's coming, and they are not getting protection. Niles West not getting protection for the quarterback, and that's a bad recipe. Just a quick hitter up the middle, Alper. Breaking it up to the 45, getting back the loss and picking up an extra yard.
And Flanagan.
So 3rd down and 9. The New Trier 46. Trevian's lead 7-0.
29. Wisconsin 0.
Kevin Krebs is having a good day. Usually up here in the booth with us. He's at the Northwestern homecoming game this week, and they're having a great day. DePaulo gets that pitch away just in the nick of time and picking up a few yards. That was William Song, number 28.
And this, Dave, sets up another interesting situation. We have third down here, and just
actually this is 4th down coming up.
Excuse me, 4th down and looks like 4. I expect them to go for it. Why not? As you see, there's the play again. On the right side there, a good chunk of yardage picked up. And they're going to go for it, Dave.
Yeah, they sure are. Short side of the field here. We'll see if they keep it this way on 4th down and really about 3 yards to go. Mendoza, they'll go straight up the middle.
Looks like he's short. That's going to be close.
Well, he lunged forward, wrapped up by 65 Ryan Cuniff, among others.
They're going to give him a spot about half a yard shorter of where the ball is. Looks like
Mendoza kind of lunged as far as he could, but we'll see if he came up short. Woolley will, of course, have a measurement on 4th down. Ball is about the 37.5 yard line, and these rather questionable eyes see it as being a little short, but we'll know for sure in just a second.
Well, you're on the mark with those eyes, Dave. You are. I think this time you're right. It's short.
All right.
New Trier will take over on downs.
That was so far in this game of their 3 possessions. That was Niles West's most successful possession. They picked up, if I'm not mistaken, they picked up a couple first downs.
They did. In fact, they have had a few big plays. They have more first downs than New Trier, certainly. New Trier looking for their first. They had 94 yards on the opening kick return, and since then, they are at -1 yard offense. Ford fixing that a little bit. Breaking it up the middle. Across the 40 to about the 42.
Nice job of Ford of seeing the hole. He waited, and his first option wasn't there, and he cut it back a little bit back towards the middle and was able to pick up 4 yards when it didn't look like there was much there to start.
Well, I feel like Larry Fine or Shem Howard or Curly Howard, I keep getting whacked by this New Trier sign.
These flags here are just wreaking havoc with us.
It's whacking me in the back of the head. Now I know how it's like having Mo Howard standing behind you. Don't know when he's going to hit you. Ford breaking it.
Oh, there
he may be gone. Breaks a leg tackle. 20, 15. He's going to go the distance. Corey Ford. 58 yards.
Corey Ford with a burst of speed off the right side. He got hit right coming through initially, right through, and then he slipped the tackle and was gone. No one close to him as he broke down the right sidelines. And so much for New Trier having no offense in this game.
I think that was Neil Karshna who nearly had him wrapped up because Ford stepped right through the diving would-be tackle. And that would have been a great tackle for Karshna, but as it was, it's a great run for Ford. 58 yards. New Trier's up 13-0, and the extra point's going to keep it at 13-0 as it is wide to the right. 5:35 left first half. What was I just saying? You just pointed it out. I had no sooner said, well, what has their offense been doing? Well, 62 yards, 2 plays is the answer. We're going to take a look at the 58-yard portion of the 62. Look at Karshna, great effort, but Ford is just into the secondary, and it's over. He's gone in the end zone. Adding a big run to a great season, the senior, 5'10", 165.
Oh yeah, coming into this week, Dave, he had 671 yards. He was averaging 5.5 yards per carry. And as I mentioned last week, his worst game of the season, he He had 30 yards on 15 carries. Also had his first fumble on a kickoff return, but quickly redeeming himself this week.
2 weeks ago, 4 touchdowns, 147 yards rushing against Maine East.
Yeah, 24, 25.
I would have thought he'd have even more than the 670 or so he's piled up. But of course, the New Trier defense has forced so many turnovers and things. I'll bet the field position hasn't been conducive for long drives that eat up a lot of yardage. Kick eludes Mendoza back to the 10. Breaks containment and is up close to the 30. Good return for Mendoza. Looked like they had him bottled up there on the sideline, but he made an 18-yard return out of it.
I said, one thing I'm noticing, Dave, is the clouds roll in. It's getting darker on this field, and there are no lights here. And it's quite dark on this field. It is very dark on this field.
Well, boy, when daylight savings time ends, you better be ready to get the playoff game started early if the Trevians are in fact at home. Because we're going to have a lot of gray days here the rest of the season. It's a quick hitter, Alper on the draw.
That the dormant meteorologist in you coming out, you predict a lot of gray weather coming up for us the next few weeks?
I don't think, I think after they go to meteorological school, they stop talking in simplicity like that.
And here comes our favorite friend, the rain.
Here comes the rain again.
Now, if I can't sing, you can't sing.
Well, 2nd down and 7, 4:55 left. Pitch as DePaul going down, gets rid of it. Good containment by New Trier once again, though. That was Katikos, Adam Katikos. Among the tacklers were Brooklier.
It's a beautiful fall day.
The umbrella's gonna.
We're gonna have some
pop open here. 3rd down and 8. 4:18 to go first half. Up the middle, Mendoza spinning, but he'll be short of the first down. Flanagan on the tackle, along with Houston. This one won't be much of a decision, although they're only about 3 yards shy again, but field position dictates a punt. And so Bradley Alper will drop deep to kick. And Pushaver and Waite will drop back to receive for the green and blue.
Trevian's calling timeout. The kind of confusion here on their special teams. Who they're sending out. I think they may have thought that the Indians may be going for it again, and they didn't get their punt return team out there quick enough.
Well, they'll have 2 left with 3:52 left in the first half.
What channel is it on?
Here's Coach Dan Mortier. So much football success over the years. This will be Mortier's 2nd playoff berth in his 5 years at New Trier.
Take a look at some faithful fans there coming out, weathering the storm here as the rain continues to come down harder now. And I see a little hail, actually. This looks like some sleet.
Oh, they're just hailing the great job that you're doing, Dean.
Oh.
Or hailing
Thank
a cab
you.
to get out of here because it's about 35 degrees and raining. At the 38-yard line, that is where New Trier will start, or New Trier will start. Niles West punting it away, and 3:41 to go in the first half. Whoops.
Northwestern 35, Wisconsin 0.
Wow. Kevin Krebs is very happy, Dave. 35-0 Northwestern as they just announced the score.
It's no doubt raining in Evanston too, but there's no raining on homecoming for the Wildcats. Underneath, and Flourish with his first completion.
And Pushaver with a heck of a job there. Carried 2 defenders with them.
So the first completion for New Trier comes at a good time, 3:20 to go in the first half. And
First and 10 from the 45-yard line.
as we take another look. All right, coming right into the living room, Pushaver carrying the tackler a few extra yards. Hand to Ford. Lowers the shoulder and forward to the 40. Pick up a 5.
So Flores, that's got to be a big confidence booster. There's his first completion of the day on that play earlier.
Second down 5 from the 40-yard line.
Of course, I mentioned earlier, Flores is a pitcher. He has a very strong arms. I was speaking to Dan Mortier earlier this week. There's no problem with his arm strength. Very strong arms. He's a pitcher. It's just getting the confidence and running the offense is what they're looking for this week.
That was a 17-yard completion 2 plays ago, and about 8 of it were the run. Ford getting outside, down the sideline, 10, 5, and touchdown.
Oh, and he got hurt looks like he got.
Mike Szymanski again, who prevented the kick return for a touchdown at the 1. Nearly caught up with Ford, but not this time. Corey Ford with his second touchdown, and as he come alive here late in the first half.
So Ford, his first long run was off the right side. This one, he used the left side of the line. And just like that, he's got over 100 yards rushing. That's how quickly it can happen.
19-0. Try to make it 20 here with the extra point. Flores will be kicking it. On the way and blocked. Look who's in on there. Mike Szymanski again.
Szymanski doing quite a job on the special teams so far.
Even Nicholas Mitri at 83 was right there too, but Szymanski gets the hand on the ball. 19-0 it remains. But this is not what Niles West wanted, to say the least.
No.
You go into the half down 7-0 to New Trier. It's not anything to worry about, but this defense is not going to give up many points, and now they're down 19-0.
As you take a look here.
There he goes.
Relatively untouched there down the left side until the end.
There were obviously a few great blocks. We couldn't really see them from the field level. But Ford, once he got outside, there was even a good block as he turned the corner that sprung him for much of the run.
And this first half is doing wonders for Ford's already impressive yards per carry average. Came in averaging over 5. And now with over 100 yards on
107 just on his last 2 possessions. Mendoza. And he's up to the 23.
Mendoza on the return stop by Pat Pierce. It will be first and 10. Niles West.
2:10 left in the first half.
This is a crucial possession for the Indians today. See if they can at least, if not score, just hold the ball and get a sustained drive going, because going into the half right now, all the momentum is with the Trevians. If the Indians can get any momentum going into the second half, that'd be great.
Throwing complete. Boy, they go right to the air. It's their first completion. Marco Golomboski.
Golomboski, the block on the reception.
That'll pick up about 7 yards. Second and 3. Boy, getting rid of the pitch, but juggled and able to get pick up a little bit of yardage back, but a little bit of a loss for Mendoza off the pitch. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
Trevian's just doing a great job on the option. They've stuffed it all the first half.
And they haven't even forced their trademark yet, which is a turnover. They're just shutting them down, and again up the middle, nothing there. Mendoza stopped on the option, stopped on the draw. So it's 4th down.
A drive that had an auspicious beginning with their first completion and suddenly turned sour on them, so they're going to have to punt the ball.
Minute left and timeout, New Trier. Try to get one more score in here before the half.
You have to wonder if New Trier now is going to send the troops here and look for a block punt.
Saw it a few weeks ago at Montini. Called the timeout. Revved up for the block, got it, and got a touchdown out of it.
Here's what, hey guys, Listen up. Listen to him. Listen. One. Watch the long count. They catch you off offside to get a first down. So, okay, but watch it to get drawn offside to get a first down. Second of all, watch the fake. The fake. Okay, now if they fake and we stop, we've got one timeout left. So watch over here right away.
See, they're looking into the huddle, Dave. I'm sure they're working out their strategy now. They're probably putting in their block. Going to incorporate their block punt play here, or if they're going to set up the return.
Wade and Pushaver will drop deep, so won't be sending any more than 9 after this punt.
Back to punt it away.
Alpert again.
Tip Pushaver are deep for return.
Looks like they're setting up the return.
And Alpert gets it away, pretty much unimpeded at the 40. It'll roll dead at the 39.
Ball is down.
50 seconds to go.
Inside the 40-yard line of New Trier.
New Trier started their last drive at the 38. Took them 3 plays to score. We'll see if they can match that here. Wait to the left. In fact, he's the lone split out this time. Keep it on the ground. Ford picking through, going right, turns the corner.
Boy,
oh my goodness, nearly broke it again to be a first down.
And he took out a coach on the sidelines over there.
He just kind of groped along to the right looking for an opening and then turned the corner. Found a good chunk of real estate around there. Coach up and okay over there?
See if we can see it on the end of this replay. You'll see that one of the trainers or a coach or someone really taken out on this play. So we're not going to see it. Here it is.
Wait. There we go.
Let's see. Got
Girl Scout is selling hot chocolate, hot dogs, and other goodies.
Boy, don't watch that on a full stomach, huh?
go.
Support Girl Scout.
From the 45-yard line of Niles West, about a 16-yard pickup.
How are you? Good.
Ford, after kind of a slow start.
We are the Palm Girls of 1995.
5 carries, 123 yards in the second quarter.
See, that's just about a 25-yard per carry average.
Before that, he had 4 carries for 7 yards.
So he's got 9 carries, 130 yards in the first half.
Boy, you're good.
That's a good day's work already.
No calculator on that one either.
No,
Trevian's return after using their final timeout of the half. Carl Barthelmess at number 32 in the backfield now.
So
They will go split outs 2 ways. He will be in at fullback with, of course, Corey Ford, the tailback.
Pushaver's got single coverage here on the left to see if they go to him.
Flourish rolling that way, throwing deep and tipped incomplete.
A little too much air under the ball there by Flourish. He had the receiver open as he rolled out to his left.
Peter Lalonde, the intended receiver.
Then the play was a slow developing play. At first it looked like he was going to Pushaver, but then coming all the way across the field, but the ball just hung too much in the air.
19 seconds left, so Trevian's going to have to keep it in the air from here on out. No timeouts. First down, the only way they can stop the clock. And in that case, it'll only be for a second or a moment until they move the chains. Second and 10 from the 45. Flourish again, looking deep, throwing over the middle, deflected and incomplete.
Nice job.
Gerald Gutierrez there with the breakup, and the intended receiver was Pushaver.
Gutierrez with a great job. Timed his deflection perfectly. Did not get caught for the interference.
And it looked like, as we'll see the replay, Pushaver nearly on the second effort came up with it. That was a quick replay, but if you look quickly though,
Actually, it was a very nice throw by Flores.
It was.
It was
right
thrown on a line.
down the middle of the field. 3rd and 10 at the 45. Flores will again roll out. Pressure coming from behind.
It's going to get drilled.
He gets drilled, gets rid of the ball though. Got his man. Touchdown.
Oh, what a play! And there's
45 yards. Flores to Peter Lalonde, or rather Tim Pushaver.
You got it right. There's the arm I was telling you about. There's no problem with his arm.
The 83 was on Niles West, and that was Nicholas Mitria, who was inches away from breaking up the pass, putting the rush on Flores, but Mark with a great throw, and Pushaver opened on the sideline for a touchdown with 2 seconds to go.
Very nice job by Flores. He took a lick as soon as he let go of the ball, but had enough on it, had a nice follow through on the throw, and hit Pushaver right in stride.
We just put a touchdown together, so we're waiting until the
25-0. Flanagan kicks, and it is blocked.
And the extra point is
Niles West doing a great job blocking the kicks here.
remaining in the first half. New Trier 25.
But the greatest job at the end of this half has been New Trier. In the last 2:15, 2 touchdowns, one a 3-play, 62-yard drive, then a 4-play, 61-yard drive.
Again, Flores with a very nice throw, and it's showing that he does have the arm strength. If he gets the confidence up, he can run this offense.
The stop. License plate HU 2634. And a Ford Explorer license plates WB.
Now Niles West will get this kickoff, and they'll get the second half kickoff. But the last 3 minutes have made it all inconsequential.
Yes. That's why I said when Niles West got the ball back with 2 minutes left, that was a very key possession, because what they wanted to do, what I think they would hope would want to do, was to hold the ball, get some first downs, and run out the clock or even get a score. But they gave the ball back to the Trevians, who were able to capitalize.
So New Trier will be kicking off. Flanagan approaches. Oh, that's a great kickoff.
Wow.
Into the end zone. No return.
So the Indians will have one more play to run. And going back to
Neal on the ball, probably.
Going back to Pushaver for a minute on that touchdown, he is no stranger to big plays. He has averaging 18 yards of reception this year for the Trevians, one of the leaders in the area.
We saw it last week at Loyola, where Pat Naughton broke open deep with 1 second left in the first half clock. You got your leading receiver, and
they had single coverage on Pushaver too, and he just exploited it.
It's unbelievable. 3rd and 10. 10 seconds left. You know what's coming. Well, keeping it on the ground and running out the clock. First half is over. What a great finish for New Trier. Touchdown with 5:35, a touchdown at 2:15, and a touchdown with 2 seconds left. And they have pulled away. Niles West walking off very downtrodden would be a good description.
Yes.
It's 25-0. We'll be back with the third quarter in just a moment. New Trier on their way to an 8-1 finish here in the regular season.
Our planet's rainforests are burning. Every day, 96,000 acres of precious tropical rainforest are burned to the ground. A forest the size of a football field is burned every second. Less rainforest means less rain, less oxygen for all of us to breathe, and an even greater threat from the massive devastation of global warming. Rainforests occupy only 2% of the Earth's surface, yet these lush forests support over half our planet's wild plants and trees, half our world's wildlife, sources providing 1/4 of today's medicines and 70% of the plants found to have anti-cancer properties, plus the keys to unlocking tomorrow's cures. When these rainforests go, gone forever are the rare plants, animals, and cultures that call them home. That's why this wanton destruction must stop now. It's time to stop the burning. It's time to stop the bulldozers. And that's why we need your help. Right now, you can join the National Arbor Day Foundation, the world's largest tree planting environmental organization, and support rainforest rescue to help stop the destruction, to protect the planet's threatened tropical rainforest. When you join, you will save 2,500 square feet of irreplaceable rainforest for the future of our planet and for future generations. Call toll-free to join. Your call will mean that the wildlife, plants, and people that abound there will not be lost forever. That you can do something positive to stop this senseless destruction. When you join, 2,500 square feet of tropical rainforest will be preserved in your name. While I've been talking, a forest the size of 20 city blocks went up in smoke. You better call now.
Why don't you come up here, Pumpkin?
What are you doing, Larry?
Well, Vince, I've asked my pumpkin to sit on my lap to prove a point.
And what is that, your Larryness?
Even if we fasten our safety belts, even if you hold on tight, even if you were watching the road...
Huh?
In a crash, your pumpkin will be nothing but a squash.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Use child safety seats.
We love that little pumpkin to pieces.
Life. You're born, you're all potential like a blank slate. Fill it any way you want. You're like a lump of clay that can be molded into anything. Fill up your life. Just keep drugs out, huh? It's a life or drugs situation.
To have a dream, but never the chance to achieve it. That is perhaps the greatest tragedy in life. The United Negro College Fund exists to bring the dreams of thousands of young people within reach. Hands that yearn to touch lives. We train to heal, to teach, to bless. We encourage souls that hear music to write symphonies and sing anthems. And to those once bound by poverty, we present a wealth of possibilities. When you support the United Negro College Fund, you give more than money. You give dreams that may have died the power to live.
Support the United Negro College Fund. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Back for the third quarter. Dave Owen with Dean Petrolakis from New Trier High School. Now, if you were around for the end of the first half, you know New Trier took over the game, and the numbers bear that out. First quarter, Niles West 49 yards, New Trier -2 of offense. Second quarter, New Trier 188 yards, Niles West 32. Total turnaround, and it went from a 7-0 game that was decided the first touchdown on a 94-yard kick return to a second quarter that New Trier just dominated. Ball falls off the tee, so take two on the kickoff. Flanagan high and deep. This one comes down at the 5. This is King. Up the middle. Still on his feet. Finally brought down across the 30.
Stopped by Richard Flanagan.
Kicker Flanagan winds up on the tackle. So Niles West down 25-0. Starts at the 33. Oh, look at that. Bill Funches at work right away. In the second half, picking out some of the sights of Winnetka. First and 10. Bradley Alper on the carry. Second half off to a auspicious start. Second and 8, the ball will be right at the 35-yard line.
Well, if you're Niles West here, what you're looking to do is you hope to get maybe a couple scores and get yourself back into striking distance and maybe get things rolling. They get to take it one possession at a time. They're not going to have a 26-point play, but that option is...
Pitch juggled, still loose. New Trier is on the football. Now it's loose again. And finally the Trevians have it inside the 10. Brian Morrison had it for a moment, picked it up, nearly took it in, but he wound up coughing it up, and Simon Harris lines up on top of it. Well, that's 63 Wes Sheeran. 63 instead of 53 Harris. So Wes Sheeran, the 6-foot, 180-pound linebacker, with the final recovery.
Ball is on the 11-yard line.
There, William Song just twisted around trying to come up with that pitch. And the hijinks ended with New Trier picking it up at the 10. And the Trevians looking to add to their lead. Ford dives forward.
It's that option once again, Dave, that the Indians tried to run. They have had no success with the option. They've tried to run it several times, and every time it's been stuffed.
And yet DePaulis did a pretty good job getting off the pitch there. I think it just was a little harder than Song had expected.
It looked like it bounced off a little bit high off of his shoulders there. It still could have been played if they have an injured Trevian here. This flag is not cooperating with you.
It's hit me in the eye twice now.
Folks, that you can't see this, but Dave is battling a flag that is wafting in the wind here.
It's a lethal weapon is what it is. It's a guillotine. That's no flag. Well, the one next to it is. We're gonna have to tie this thing down or chop down the flagpole or something. We have an injured player on the field, though, on a more serious note.
It's Ford.
That is Ford, as a matter of fact, who is up on his feet, fortunately, and off on his own power. 9 carries, 130 yards in the first half for him, and 1 more yard there. And what a second quarter he had, with 126 of those yards.
Nice.
Making 124 of those yards, but well, when you get numbers like that, who's counting 1 or 2?
No.
Checking in his place, Matt Brooklier in the backfield, but looking to run. Florsch. And tucks it away, finally brought down after a short pickup.
It's funny how the Trevians, how both halves here started off the same way. The Trevians in the first half, their first possession started at the 1-yard line after the 94-yard kickoff return. Then it's the second half, thanks to a fumble recovery, they start at the 10. So both halves, the Trevians start out deep in territory.
Pick up a 4 actually on the play.
See, Flores, I think that was a design. It looked like he cocked it back a minute to throw to weight, but he decided to put it under his arm and run with it.
Again, it is Brooklier in the backfield along with Barthelmess.
Oh.
And Flores will be wrapped up back at close to the 10-yard line. That was Alper on the tackle.
Flores, they faked the pitch to the left, and as soon as Flores turned around, he was met by a host of Indians led by Alper.
So it'll be 4th down, and they're back at about the 9-yard line, make it the 8. See what the Trevians do. They're up 25-0, 9:42 to go in the 3rd quarter.
You've left me to battle this flag here, Dave.
Might say it's been a banner day for the Trevians.
Oh, what a bad one. No.
4th down, they're going for it from the 9. This is Brooklier, big hole right. Cuts back in and
short.
I believe he is short of the goal line, and he needed to punch it in. Actually, they could have gotten a 1st down about the half-yard line. And in fact, it's a 1st down. Boy, isn't that the way this game has gone for Niles West?
Yeah, they stopped him with a touchdown, but he gets a 1st down, so now they'll have 4 shots at it from the 1.
Well, there was about a foot of real estate to get a 1st down short of the goal line, and that's what Brooklier got. So 1st and goal for New Trier. On 4th down, and to add to the agony for the Niles West Indians, we have a player down on the other sideline after that play. What a great start it was for Niles West. holding, well, except for the kickoff.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
Let's be relative here. After the opening kickoff, which was a 94-yard return, a great defensive first quarter for Niles West, minus 2 yards for New Trier. They scored after the kickoff, but then New Trier unable to generate anything until the 5-minute mark of the second quarter. And what you just saw a moment ago pretty much sums up the way it's gone ever since.
Yes.
New Trier has had their way, scoring just about every way imaginable there in the second quarter.
It looks like the injured player over there is Szymanski, I think is what, if I can read that right. Szymanski, who's been on quite a few plays today, including that opening kickoff where he chased down Brooklier at the 1-yard line.
The New Trier training staff on alert. There was the bird's eye view of Phelps Field here in Winnetka. 9:19 to go in the third quarter, 25-0 in favor of New Trier. For the Trevians, well, the season started with a shutout, beating Hinsdale Central. Of course, the Red Devils clinching a playoff berth last night, beating Lyons Township, and New Trier shut them out in week 1, 9-0. And so many teams you go through the season have been held under 10 points. Back to action, first down in goal. Flourish pushing forward, touchdown. The second effort there by the offensive line of New Trier, getting the job done.
And just as they did in on their first touchdown, it's Flourish again on a 1-yard keeper. It's almost identical starts to the halves here in terms of the scoring and the field position for the Trevians.
Flourish will come off after his second touchdown of the day. And Flanagan will attempt the kick. They've both dabbled in extra point kicking this season. Flanagan more the field goal specialist, especially early in the season. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. That makes it 32-0 New Trier. 9:01 left in the third.
So it's obviously not the kind of start that the Indians probably had in mind as they came onto the field for the second half. You have to think they were looking for a little bit more luck in terms of the turnover, but they've dug themselves a pretty deep hole now, 32-0. It was deep enough at halftime, but now it's getting to the point where it's almost out of reach, if it wasn't already.
Well, we had Ford getting a lot of credit here today, and deservedly so, with 135 yards rushing, now 131 yards rushing. And of course, Flourish, with his first start, Mark Flourish, his first start at quarterback, has done a tremendous job. 2 touchdown runs and a touchdown pass.
There's some place I'd like to be right now as you look. I wouldn't mind being down there. Maybe
you're right, a hot dog right now would be delicious.
Hot dog and some hot chocolate. If our producers are listening, we'd be much obliged.
Oh, hot chocolate you want too, boy.
I'm demanding.
Wanted to put in a plug for the New Trier offensive line, though. Ryan Cuniff, tight end Peter Lalonde, Houston, Chris Houston, Ryan Dahl, along with Dan Koo. As they run a reverse on the kickoff, Mendoza. Boy, a little room down the near sideline and out of bounds at about the 30. They've had some pretty good kick returns today.
Yes, a little.
One other offensive lineman mentioned, David Richmond, 69. A lot of youngsters been in there on the New Trier line opening the holes, and they have really done a great job of it since the start of the second quarter.
Well, trickery there on the kickoff return by the Indians. Mendoza was able to take advantage of some daylight on the right side here. And they're going to start from their own 30.
Timeout, New Trier.
New Trier is going to take a timeout here. Coach Dan Mortier is
yelling tackle. To who?
Well, listening in the huddle of the Trevians. Hear what they have to say at 32-0.
Looking at some equipment of Mortier, it looks like he's got a problem with
Find an XL helmet.
Yeah.
I got an XL.
As you said, Dean, we were listening in, and as you said, the broken little equipment problem, broken helmet.
It looks like it's number 55. Is that Tom Fritz?
Niles was not going to catch up.
Sent him out there with a new helmet.
Go now!
So that helmet giving Fritz fits.
No, you are just coming up with some of the most.
A little too cold up here.
I was going to say the cold air is getting to you up here on the North Shore.
Hey, it's the last regular season game. Next year it's the playoffs. We probably won't have our blowout of the week. It might be a close game, so we want to get as many puns in as possible. This is Mendoza. Oh, I'm sorry, that was a song with a carry.
Gain of 7 on the play. Bring up a second down 2.
Song with an 8-yard
Niles
run.
on the 38-yard line of the trip.
8:25. Boy, again, Mendoza met immediately. And that is Fritz. Great first half from Mendoza.
1 yard gain on the play will be 3rd down 1. 39-yard line.
Mendoza had 12 carries for 56.
Mendoza the ball carrier.
On 3rd and 2. Mendoza has the first down at about the 40-yard line, so.
Well, they're going to measure it.
Well, actually, they are going to measure. I thought he had signaled for the first down. In fact, he was calling for the chains. Mendoza, 12 carries, 56 yards in the first half. And on 3rd and 2 there, trying to add to it as we'll take another look. And there, a good job by Fritz wrapping him up around the legs, but Mendoza
comes up just short.
Indeed came up short.
So
I'm having about as much luck with the measurements as with my puns today. They're just not.
None of them are any good.
Oh, my.
And the Indians, again, for the 4th time today, are going to go for it on 4th down.
Right at the 40-yard line. They have to get about a foot. Quarterback is Daniel DePaulis. In the hand. It's a tough team to run up against. Bradley Alper trying to pick up the yardage, and he did. First down. Houston, one of the tacklers, along with David Soren, 72. Well, he didn't get it by much, but he got it.
So he got that just about that foot, and that's all.
Throwing an extra millimeter, and that's his first down yardage. That is Niles West's first down since about the 6-minute mark of the first half. That'll power him close to midfield. Song, been right on key here the last 2 carries. Picked up 8 yards his last carry and about 9 there. William Song, 5'9" senior. His final game for Niles West. Halfback and defensive end. That'll get it across midfield and close to a first down for Niles West.
It looked like he got it right
to the Song again.
And they get the first down, so moving the sticks. So 2 first downs in a row for the Indians, and they're starting to control the ball a little bit here and move the ball down the field as they wear down the Trevian's front line.
Shades of the first quarter when Niles West did a pretty good job running the football. Couldn't sustain any drives, but actually have about 7-8 first downs now in the ballgame. Apollo, well, again, that option is just snuffed out as he kept it, tried to turn the corner, and is dropped for a loss of a yard.
DePaulis has been brutalized on that option. constantly today. If he's not getting hit right when he gets the ball under center, he's gone just to make the pitch, and he's been smothered. New Trier has done a great job. They scouted that option well, and they're covering it really well.
Oh boy, that was the biggest cheer of the day. Waukegan leading Glenbrook South, and if Glenbrook South loses, that means New Trier ties for the conference title, if that score holds up. Song, well, big hole up the middle, closes quickly, but not before he's picked up about 5 yards.
And as I was talking to some people before the game, even though I asked them, even though there would be a tie, wouldn't Glenbrook get the tiebreaker? But I guess they don't use the head-to-head tiebreaker here. They'll just be a tie for the conference.
Well, they're both going to the playoffs, so it's almost
really
is
insignificant.
So. Third down and 5 from the New Trier 45. Second back is Song, and he gets to the 43, but no further. William Song met after a 2-yard gain. The main tackler, again, is Tom Fritz, junior linebacker.
So this will set up another 4th down for the Indians, their 5th attempt at 4th down. They've been successful twice.
That was the trademark in the first half of the Indians. They had a couple of 4th down and short yardage in the first quarter, and were going for it. Like that attitude. It's the last week of the season. What do you have to lose?
No.
Snap is fumbled, and going nowhere. DePaulis is dropped back at the 45, and that will turn it over as a flag after the play.
I have a feeling we're going to see some unsportsmanlike conduct called against the Trevians. And if that's the case, they'll be starting their next possession 15 yards deeper in their own territory. And DePaulis is injured, too.
Well, about 2 or 3 tacklers there. Daniel Soren, one of them. Or David Soren, rather, for New Trier. And after the play, long after the play, there was a flag thrown. DePaulis, 5'11" junior, 175-pounder. The option has not been kind to him today. On a lot of occasions, taking a hit.
Hey, we've done everything with class. We're going to continue. You get down. You don't play next week. Plus, I'll kill you.
Look at the New Trier sideline. Well, they'll win the game and also score a few points for some inventive uniforms, I would say. That is.
We were commenting on those before the game. The blue pants are
guacamole green and
blue tortilla chips on the.
An interesting combo. Remember when the New Trier West and East merged, they had to decide on a new nickname and color scheme, and they're certainly making the most of the color scheme today.
Boy, Paulus is still down. I'm not so sure if it looked like he may have been injured in that little fray afterwards.
Yeah, he might have been hit after that. And
I think that's where the flag came.
We never really saw an indication from the officials as to what the flag was going to be about. Right now, the main concern is Daniel DePaulis. Still being tended to. 32-0, 4:12 to go in the third. I've been firing trivia questions at Kevin Krebs all year. And I'll let you have a shot at one if you'd like, Dean.
Oh, sure.
All right, we'll try a Bear Super Bowl question, so that won't take long. Figure out which one. Back in many years ago.
I would think if it's a Bear Super Bowl question, we have to be talking about 85.
It is indeed. Good guess. That must have taken a long time.
I had to think about that one.
DePaulis is up on his feet.
Gingerly, though.
Yeah, very gingerly. In fact, he can't even put much weight on the leg.
Looks like it's his left knee.
Yeah.
That's not good to see in the last game.
Well, one of these players is obvious, but three Bear defensive players scored points in that game. One of them was on offense and is pretty obvious, but we'll make you name all three, though. Actually, the penalty was against Niles West. So march at 15 yards the other way, and New Trier will start at the Niles West 41. 4:08 and counting in the third. Dan Mortier and his club going to 8-1 here today. Handoff. Nearly bowling over the would-be tackler, but a big pickup anyway for Carl Barthelmes.
We wonder if Corey Ford's seen his last action of the day.
Barthelmes all the way up to the 22, 19-yard run. Well, no sign of Ford and no sign of quarterback Mark Florish either, as Ben Sewell in there at quarterback, the junior.
Tim Pushaver, number 41, also on the sidelines. So their starters starting to head to the sidelines as they don't want to risk any injury heading into the playoffs.
On the carry, Brooklear. Big kickoff to start the game and a short run there. Checking in on the line now, Brad Baumgarten, 76. Luke Proskin is at one split out. Efron Fisher at the other. A lot of new faces in there for New Trier, as we're late in the third quarter, and the Trevians well in control in week 9 of the regular season. They're at the 20-yard line, 2nd down and 8. And again, Brooklear, flags fly. That's usually holding. Brooklear is up to the 18, and immediately we get the indication it is a hold. That's a cold day. Let's just, no need for conferences. Let's make the signal right as
That's right.
I don't even think Brooklear had been tackled yet. The official was in the backfield signaling the hold. This will march New Trier back. .248 to go. Now we're going to play capture the flag, and if I capture that flag, I ain't not going to let it go.
It's
nothing against New Trier, but I'm going to have to shred that thing if it doesn't.
You can see what we're talking about there.
It's fun up here. I think we might have caught one in the left ear right there on camera. He's got a mind of its own. Give it a little camera time, and now it's really going to start misbehaving. This is Barthelmes once again.
The cold weather brings out the wit in you, Dave. I swear.
Well, you have to try anyway. 2:10 and counting, which means 14 more minutes of football and a few more bad jokes thrown in there too. Is almost as certain. But Dean, you got to work on my trivia question now.
I'm working on it. I think I may have it.
And we'll answer it early in the fourth quarter. So if you folks are curious for the answer, we'll make sure and provide it. On the carry across the 25 on 3rd and 16. That was Juan Dates with his first carry, number 25.
We'll bring up a 4th down, 12.
Scenic Winnetka. It's a great field, surrounded by houses, similar to our setup at Oak Park, except the view here a little less restricted. You can probably see what game the folks in the houses are watching. They probably have the Northwestern game on or something. 4th and 12. New Trier goes for it. And a short pickup, but that'll turn it over on downs. Jonah Sigalek on the carry, his first carry as well. A lot of different Trevians carrying there.
The Indians will take over 1st and 10 by the 20-yard
Ball
line.
turned over on downs at the 20. We'll take another look. And there you see the end of the play. Laying a good hit on there was Nicholas Mitria, 83 of Niles West. Just game has been almost a carbon copy of last week's at Loyola, which is only a few miles down the road. On the carry, that's Andre King, who was in at quarterback. Of course, DePaulis had to limp off a few moments ago. And if you go, we can retreat all the way to the first quarter as 12 seconds remain here in the third. That'll probably be the last play. Right from the opening kickoff, Eric Eastman, who has had a couple of 100-yard games for Niles West this year, was hurt. We haven't seen him all day, and that really put them behind the 8 ball immediately. Well, when we come back for the fourth quarter, Niles West will have a 2nd and 12 from their own 18 and a big deficit to deal with, 32-0.
Good afternoon, officer. My license and registration. Cheeseburger? It's hot out today, huh, officer? Maybe my tail light's out.
Shouldn't you be
carpooling? I guess you're right.
I guess I am.
Carpooling can save up to 600,000 gallons of gas a year. This message sponsored by Ad Council and Earthshare.
Back for the fourth. Dave Owen, Dean Petrolakis. And again, not much there at all, as in the backfield hit and brought down. Be no gain or maybe even a loss of a yard or so.
17.
That was King once again. Boy, new quarterback, same swarming defense. A lot of new faces in there as well for New Trier. See, Steve Cousins, 85, is in at a corner. 88, Brian Morrison. Jacob Drescher, 67. A lot of familiar ones and new ones. Robert Bogoslavsky in there. King still has it, pitching on the option, fumbled. And fallen on back at about the 14. That was Song with the recovery. One tough defense to run against.
Very
or
tough.
do anything against.
Yeah. The Indians aren't the first team to have problems with this Trevian's defense.
The one thing they have avoided, to their credit, is, well, Song prevented one right there, is turning the ball over. They've only turned the ball over once, and so many times this year. Evanston had 6 turnovers, Hinsdale Central had 6 turnovers against New Trier. At least Niles West has a few things to leave here happy about. I think you take away the last 5 minutes of the first half, and it's been a pretty respectable showing.
Well, that's where it all fell apart in those last 5 minutes, as New Trier just poured on the points.
Niles West calling timeout.
Well, Dave, I think I may have, I'm not sure, but I may have an answer to your question.
Don't have a cluster, you know what?
We'll see if I can give it a whirl here.
Next time we're on defense.
Well, the most obvious one we know is Mr. Perry.
You're out.
Yes.
The
He
rest
scored
of you
on
are staying
offense.
in. You got it? So
Now,
William Perry.
yes. And I want to say,
future professional wrestler now, I guess.
now did Richard Dent score in that game?
No.
He did get the MVP, though.
He got the MVP, right.
That's where I thought he scored. Okay, well, that blows my guess out of the water there.
Pretty obscure players, too. I don't think,
Well, I was going to say,
if you didn't know them, you're not going to get them.
and that's the thing, you know, that
Now it's 4th and 15, 10:46 to go. Niles West has used up their timeout, so on to punt. This is Alper. Line drive punt. And New Trier will just let it roll. And it'll stop at about the 42. It's a nice move by Dan Mortier. At this point, there's no need for returns.
There will be 1st and 10.
Just as at the last possession, they went for it on 4th and long, and
instead of kicking
simple running play. I think the idea is just to let the clock run and go home.
And get ready for the playoffs. Go home tonight and watch find out who you're going to play.
Morris has been so good this year in Class 3A that they have actually gotten such a big halftime lead that in the second half they just run the clock. If somebody runs out of bounds, the clock keeps going. Certainly not having that here today. Is a much more respectable game than that. Dietz on the carry. A interesting little sidebar though. Just to let people know that yes, there are blowouts that were not televised by Continental Cablevision this year. We had our share, but as well as a couple of good close ball games. But indeed, I think there's a big gap in a lot of conferences between top and bottom.
Yes.
Tripped up Dietz. The defense doing the job for Niles West.
Seems
George Ray on the tackle, among others.
Excuse me, Dave. It seems that in the conferences that we've seen in some of the different games that you have a couple powerhouses, or one powerhouse and another solid team, and then the talent level just falls way off, and you see it in some of the lopsided scores.
And of course, here you've got an 8-1 team, New Trier, and Niles West will finish 3-6. Have nothing to be ashamed of, though. A great start to the season, started 2-0. Then their first loss is on this carry on 3rd and 14. It is James Ha with his first carry. Junior. And he'll pick up a couple back to about the 40-yard line, and that is where New Trier will punt. You look through the Niles West season, though, and it didn't have the highlights New Trier's did, but it started well. Wins over Niles North and Highland Park in the first 2 weeks. Then a 28-22 loss to Deerfield in week 3. Oh my, here's a fake punt. The pressure was coming, almost forced into running it, and Tim Pushaver will have a first down.
And Dan Mortier, right, you can see he is not happy with that.
He's like, what are you doing? He went right over to him and threw up his hands, but Pushaver said, hey, the rush was on top of me, I had to do something.
Well, Pushaver Bibled the snap, but he still had time to get the punt off. I think he
maybe
overreacted to the rush there.
But at the 45, it's a first down for New Trier. 7:57 to go. Brought down right at the 45. No gain whatsoever. That was Sigalek on the carry. And that was Gerald Gutierrez, I believe, on the tackle, number 20. But 2nd and 10, 7.5 minutes left. Getting back to the Niles West story, kind of talking about their early season. A little miscommunication in the backfield, and Ben Sewell will be brought down for a 5-yard loss. Niles West defense not rolling over here. 7:05 to go. They led Deerfield 22-7 though in that game. And Deerfield came back to tie, force overtime, and win, and could have easily been 3-0, and who knows from there. But only one more win has followed for Niles West, despite, as we have seen today, some flashes of brilliance even today. 3rd down, Dietz carries for 3 yards, 4th down and 11 will come up with 6:35 to go.
Pushaver will come on again. We'll see if this time he actually gets the punt off.
Well, if he juggles this one, I wonder if Coach Mortier has told him to just fall on it, or you almost have to. Now they're actually going to just go for it from the line of scrimmage on 4th and 11. It's kind of a sad state when you have to fall on the football and apologize for getting a first down, but a lot of coaches have taken flack for that. over the course of the season, this season, and recent years, is that scores are getting out of hand when you get into the fourth quarter. 6:08 to go in the game, 32-0.
Well, it's a problem, Dave. You mentioned that. That's a problem that is really right now. It's quite evident.
Look at this. The civilians are joining the cheerleading crew now.
As we saw that just a moment ago, as maybe have a new recruit. You can look there and see some of the fans. You can see what the elements are here as you look at the crowd. Lots of people bundled in blankets and wearing their warmest clothes.
A lot of gamers here today.
Yes.
Braving the cold, and this game's basically in the books. The Waukegan Glenbrook South game is the maybe sneak over there and catch the end of that one. Kick on the way, fielded at the 25, brought down at the 30. Mendoza.
Andre King on the return.
On that kick, it was a Sigalak.
Pat Pierce.
Another player down. 5:59 to go. Boy, you know, the last thing you want to do at this point is start getting people hurt. And you see being tended to on the sidelines, and now we have someone down on the field as well.
Oh, it's quite cold there with his foot exposed.
Yeah, that's. I always wondered about barefoot kickers. There aren't any left though anymore, are there?
Last one I remember was
Tony Franklin.
Carl!
I don't know how and he'd kick on days like this.
Philadelphia.
In Philadelphia, yeah. Well, the answer to the Bear question is Reggie Phillips had returned an interception. I think he was with him maybe 1 or 2 years, and cornerback, defensive back. And Henry Wachter had a safety, recorded a safety.
You are just a
You
book of information there.
There would be no way to remember those two individuals for anything other than those plays, but they made American Super Bowl history. Well, Peter Lalonde is up and walking off under his own power.
It's good to see. That's the last thing you want. Last game of the year, you don't want an injury any time of the year, but the last game of the year, especially with New Trier heading into the playoffs, the last thing you need is one of your key players hurt.
He's one of their, I believe their starting tight end. 1st and 10. Good second effort, picks up about 3 yards on that play. It is 32-0 New Trier. That was William Song once again.
Stopped by Brian Morrison and Mark Smiley.
I'll be all right. I got enough fur on my legs.
Snap is juggled and no gain, as King has to fall on it. Keep the ball right at the 34.
King the ball carrier. Bring up a 3rd down, 7.
5 minutes to play. See Barton Smiley in there now, 86.
4-yard line of Niles West.
For New Trier. The whole New Trier roster will probably be in there for this one. Brian Rowland, 20, is now at a linebacker spot. Running the option, the pitch. This is Mendoza. Wrapped up by Luke Proskin after a short pickup. Be close to a first down up near the 40, maybe about the 38 before he's brought down.
It looks like he's going to be about a yard short. And I suspect they'll see another 4th down attempt.
Be a goal of Niles West at this point to get on the board. I remember a game in 1983, I believe it was. George Perlis' first year at Michigan State. They were down at Wisconsin 55-0. They had a 4th and 4 with 2 minutes left, and he punted. Niles West playing it a little more aggressively than Michigan State did that time, and they get a first down. I find it hard to ever top anything like that in a game. I mean, the whole goal is to keep the football and score in a blowout, and the Spartans decided to punt the ball away and let the defense deal with some more hits.
Sure they didn't appreciate that either. You see 3.5 minutes left. You want if the Indians can maybe get they can get on the board, at least end the season with some momentum. On a high note, here comes another ill-fated owl.
King started out ill-fated, but he did a pretty good job turning it upfield for 2 yards.
Let's say it didn't look like there was anything there, but he was able to make something out of nothing.
Robert Boguslavsky, among other tacklers. Sean Sokoloff, also 74 on the tackle. 2nd and 7. Well, I give him a little generous there, closer to 8, but 3 minutes to go, 32-0 New Trier. Who's going to quibble about that? Handoff, and Mendoza with a short pickup across the 40.
After the ball carrier. Stop by Brad Baumgart.
So 3rd down. Brad Baumgarten, the fan favorite, making the tackle there. Number 76, 2:30 to go. Second back, big hole. 1st down. Mendoza, he's up to about 70, 75 yards now on the day for Niles West, and he's up to the 42-yard line as well.
Mendoza's had a couple big gainers. He had a couple big gainers in the first half, right up the middle, and that one he broke off the right side. As you mentioned, he nears approximately 75 yards on the afternoon.
Had 56 in the first half. 22-yard run, his high on the day. And the Indians trying to get on the board here late. 2 minutes, 2 seconds to go. A little more option. Mendoza sidesteps and gets upfield across the 40.
Mendoza the ball carrier.
Boy, narrowly missing. Barton Smiley was in with a good rush on quarterback King, but he got the ball away and a good one-handed catch for Mendoza.
And there's another late game injury.
And I think that may be Baumgarten even. Boy, this is just not what you like to be seeing. This is where the Morris system may be more effective.
Will be announced.
Although it being the last game of the season for Niles West, I don't think they want it to end without a touchdown on the board.
Students and players will
Baumgarten is up. We'll take another look. The only question is whether as you see Mendoza making a pretty good run out of it before he's done. Brian Rowland in on the tackle among others, number 20. So 2nd and 6. Hand to the first back, that's Alpert. He had the first carry and he's still in there late as Niles West trying to get something started.
Well, it's not too hard to tell who hasn't played yet in this game if you look at the uniforms, especially on the Niles West side of the ball. If you're looking at their uniforms, you see some white shirts out there. Those are some of the players that just got into the game. It's quite muddy out there.
3rd and 3, 1:10 to go. Song trying to plow his way for the first down, and he looks to have it. And yes, it is a first down. They'll stop the clock to move the chains, and Niles West now their best drive of the day.
We're gonna roll into the last minute of the regular season.
It's about their 10th first down of the day. They've interspersed them throughout the ballgame, just haven't been able to put together any sustained drive until right now in the last 55 seconds. It's been all on the ground as well. King now gonna have to go to the air. Well, steps up and runs it down the right sideline. Boy, did he turn on the Jets, and is ridden out of bounds about the 20. Be close to another first down. Had David Richmond after him. Brian Rolane on the tackle. Richmond unable to corral King though, and he turned it upfield. 2nd and 1. Closer to a half a yard with 43 seconds to go. So he also got out of bounds. up, and there will be a penalty flag there as face mask is grabbed. That's just a tough break for New Trier. Barton Smiley on the tackle, but also the face mask grab.
Obviously not intentional.
Well, not at all. It almost looked like King
had slipped is what happened.
Yeah, King slipped, and Smiley was kind of reaching out to grab him, and face mask was not the intent at all there. It's like, look at King's head almost dropped towards the end of that play and went right into Smiley's hand. But intentional or not, it's a first down at the 11-yard line. King with a hand. Well, the pile moving well here inside the 5.
Look at this.
Still going. Touchdown.
Oh. Is that something else? That was
That might be the longest 12-yard run in football history.
That was
Bradley Alper.
I think we should give that touchdown to the entire team. I think the offensive line just got in there and just took Alper and pushed him into the end zone.
I'd love to see the field level shot of that one when we've got it. Alper, 5'9", 200-pound junior, 12-yard touchdown run.
Now they're going to go for the 2-point conversion, which fits right into their game plan with the aggressive play calling.
Now they run the option. King will take it in. 32-8. So they chopped 1 quarter off of that 32-point lead.
17 seconds remaining in the game.
Bradley Alper took the handoff at about the 11 or 12 and got to the 5. Then he got to the 4, and we're going to take a look at it rather than hear my description of it. And it just kept moving. There we go, keep moving. Push. He's in the end zone.
I think that you give that a touchdown to the entire offensive line as well as Alper there. Was a
Boy, I'll tell you, if we're blocked in parking, I'm going to get the Niles West offensive line out there and have them lift my car like they did the New Trier defenders there. They might be able to move a house like that. Looked like total forward progress had been wrapped up, but not quite. And then Andre King, the 2-point run to add to it. 17 seconds to go. And that's good to see because, as we mentioned earlier, New Trier has been in control of the game. No argument there, but it was 7-0 after 1 quarter, and then 3 touchdowns late in the 2nd quarter.
That's when they really put the game away. I mean,
that was it.
That was the game. The last 5 minutes of the 2nd quarter, the 5-minute mark of the 2nd quarter.
You obviously can't do it, and it's silly to even mention it. But if you take away those 5 minutes, we've got a pretty evenly played ball game.
But that's why New Trier is going to the playoffs, as they're obviously the better team. And
short kick. And Juan Dietz on the return, number 25, fielding it on 1 hop and converged upon quickly. Well, we'll see if the Trevians even run another play with 13 seconds left.
I would think they'd just take the knee and...
Ball at the 30. In fact, the clock's just going to run out. They won't even have to break the huddle. Ben Sewell and the rest of the Trevians will just stand in the huddle, and that'll be it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us.
Well, long ago, it was Mark Flourish, his first start at quarterback, 2 touchdown runs and a touchdown pass. And a staple of the offense all year, Corey Ford, 131 yards and 2 touchdowns. And join us for next week's playoff game. That applies both here at New Trier and also for our crew, because we will be jumping into the playoffs as well. We earned an at-large berth, I guess you could say, and we're in the playoffs. Some of my jokes don't win, but
none of your jokes.
New Trier has won 8 of 9 games in the regular season, their best season in a long time, and a 32-8 win to finish it up. Mendoza, the leader of Niles West today, right around 75 yards rushing. Only 1 pass all day for Niles West. They kept it on the ground and Of course, they lost Eric Eastman on the opening kickoff, and that certainly had an effect in the game as well. We thank you for watching and everyone here at New Trier. The final score 32-8, Trevians over Niles West. We'll see you next week for the playoffs. For Dean Petrolakis, I'm Dave Owen. So long.